seen a lot of hate towards the Club World Cup, especially at the start of the tournament because of the whole dialogue going on. FIFA couldn't sell tickets, stadiums were half empty, they were booking venues that they couldn't fill, and then also there were the problems that we've talked about before, where this is just a money grab, power grab, a shallow attempt by FIFA to make something out of a tournament that's always been nothing, right? But I have to say, throughout this group stage, it has quickly proven that if players and fans care about it, it's only a matter of time for that tournament to be taken seriously.
We always
and for everybody to care about it.
We always say that the fans make the sport.
The fans make the sport.
And
true. Sometimes you forget that fans are much more than just a couple of English lads in a Talk Sport studio.
You were pressing me before by putting that on before the pod. I was heated listening to that guy.
Oh, yeah. I think there's two very different discourses going on. And at the start of the tournament, you're really looking at like this side where it is just the English, the Europeans that aren't traveling over to the US have to watch games overnight, so aren't watching much of the football anyways.
Yeah.
And then is nitpicking the crowd sizes and, you know, the walkouts and the little like game is gone stuff that we were kind of on, but at the start of the tournament as well. But as the games happened and as the value of the tournament became clearer and clearer to us, those little calls of the like little nitpicks got more and more shallow, in my opinion.
100%.
Because they would also say in the same breath, I haven't watched any of the games.
Like, are you serious?
Then what are you doing?
Then what are you doing?
Why are you a paid professional football commentator not even trying to pay attention to this one? I understand lives are busy, but you're a paid professional being paid to talk about the Club World Cup every single day, and you're not even putting an effort into giving it a try, right? And on the other side, you had the fans that you don't see all the time, are not talking about the Arsenals or the Man Cities or the PSGs, right? But it'll be the Boca fans, it'll be the River Plate fans, it'll be the Sundowns fans, it will be the Urawa Diamonds rival fan that traveled all the way across the world just to hate watch his team.
That's beautiful.
That is the side of the tournament that we were not that privy to only 3 short weeks ago. But they came out, they showed out, and I think they really sold me on the idea. I'm now like somewhere in the middle between these two polar opposites, that this tournament has like extreme value.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of questions about like, is the team that wins the Club World Cup going to be regarded as the best team in the world? I don't know. Are we going to remember this Club World Cup for years and years to come? Are we going to be, you know, like foaming at the mouths for, you know, the 2029 edition of the Club World Cup? Those are questions yet to be answered.
Yeah.
But I have to say, my expectations going in the Club World Cup have been vastly surpassed, not even just because I'm watching, you know, the big teams, not because of that at all. It's because I'm watching Al Ahly and Porto, teams that have never played each other, going 4-4. I'm seeing Inter Miami versus Palmeiras.
Dortmund Sundowns,
right? Boca against Bayern.
Yeah.
Amazing games. And 100%. The fans in the stadium for those games have been selling this for me so hard.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like the detractors now are kind of just going to be the haters that are always going to be there. Or just haven't even tried this tournament and will never try this tournament.
100%.
And for those people, I have to say, you're anti-football.
They are.
You're
they
anti-football.
claim that they're football, but they're not.
You're anti-football.
They don't like football.
If you are not at least giving the Club World Cup a try, you're anti-football.
I totally agree.
Yeah. And it's really taught me as well that, like there is a whole different world of football outside of just Europe.
I think it serves as a reminder for people that outside of Europe, there truly is still that passion, and probably even more passion, if we're being honest, than European football. I mean, you see all these Brazilian fans, all of the South Korean fans, all the Japanese fans, the Urawa fans went crazy in this tournament. I mean, it just serves as a good reminder that football truly is a global game.
Yes.
And it transcends just Europe, you know?
Exactly. It is the world's game, which I kind of forget about sometimes because I just think of it as like English, you know, French, German.
100%.
You know, those guys aren't really caring much about this tournament, but the world clearly is.
And that's all that matters.
So obviously we have to see how the knockout stages go. We have to see how kind of this tournament is kind of remembered. We'll address all the issues at the end of the tournament and give it like a proper review, but rant over.
I think the level of football as well has been more than good. It's been very enjoyable. The very notable negatives, there's one specifically for me. It's the weather delays.
Yeah.
And it worries me a lot because so far we've had, I think, 4 weather delays. At this exact time next year, we are going to have the FIFA World Cup, the main World Cup.
Yep.
In the same spot that it's being held at right now.
With the same weather delays.
With the same weather delays and with more teams, with more games.
True.
So how many games are going to get canceled or moved to a later date or postponed because of that? I think it's going to be...
That's a good point, actually.
It can be very difficult to follow the FIFA World Cup next year just because of that.
Yeah.
But as a whole, if you're talking just strictly the football and the level of football that's being played, I'm not complaining one bit.
Yeah. The weather delays are concerning, but what can FIFA do? That's kind of my perspective about it.
That is fair.
Like, what are you like?
But it's almost like nowadays they stop the games in precautions.
Yeah, that I don't love.
Like back in the day, it used to be you used to see one lightning and then
back in the day it was like last year.
No, like 20 like
Denmark, Germany. I remember that.
Yeah, like you'd see lightning and then you'd call the game off. Now it's there might be lightning. Let's stop the game for a second. You know what I mean?
No, I feel that for sure. Utter woke nonsense, I fear.